What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And today's video is going to be a kind of a replay of a conversation I had with my man Poetic Flacco a while back. It was during the live stream I did about the Logan Paul situation. We kind of got into this conversation about professional athletes, relationships, and how those things can go left, and whether or not it's the woman's fault, if it's the athlete's fault, and how do those things play out, right? And it really went super deep, and it kind of got buried in that video, so I wanted to make sure I made a clip of that for you all to be able to tap into that conversation. There's some updates about some of the LaMelo situation, I think some of the PJ situation, and so all of that is in there too. But I also think that there's just some good information just to have, for one, as a man, as a father, or as just somebody who's in a relationship, right? It's just some staunch conversation, because I think at times we have pretty polar positions on this topic. So I wanted to bring that to y'all. Let's check out the video.
Get to it. She came out and said, "Oh, that was fake. Oh, they photoshopped that," when in fact that's false. There was an actual post on her page that, again, and TMZ grabbed the ball, Alert grabbed it, everybody grabbed it, right? So now the thing is, she was hacked, they faked it, it wasn't her. So she's saying she's not pregnant. So now here's my thing, right? Now we've seen Tiana Trump. Now this Instagram thought. Do you think that is wise for Melo to keep hanging out with females in the likes of Tiana Trump and females like this?
Here's what I was gonna say, and this was what my video was gonna be about. Yeah. And I'll just do this now, and then I'll just maybe clip this and then send it out that way.
Right.
Here's what I'm saying. I think that you asked the right question, right? Should LaMelo, should a PJ Washington, should any of these NBA players be hanging out with whatever, you know what I mean? Like those type of women with them type of histories, you feel me? And my answer to you is, if they want to be in these situations that they finding themselves in or allegedly in, then yes. If they don't, then no, right? I was thinking, you ever heard of the lead attorney? You ever watch this dude? Yeah. So he does a lot of videos on family law and child support and all of this stuff every day, right? And so if you think about the PJ Washington thing, part of the issue with him, right? The rumor was PJ is paying $200,000 a year.
That's cap. Yeah.
And then so they were saying like he was paying 200, which ended up being cap, right? That's just a lot of money, right? That's $200,000 a month or whatever. That's just cap. Let me pull it up. I had my thing closed, but so I say that to say, I think it is, as I watched this video, because I was thinking like, man, to me it's a no brainer, right? I think that when I watch people talk about this scenario and all of that stuff, a lot of times they talk about the women, right? And they be like, dang, these girls out here trapping folks, and then they like dogging the chick for doing that. You know what I mean? Or Brittany Renner, damn, she cold-blooded, she trapped PJ, she did this. And one of the videos that I was watching from a guy, the lead attorney, and it was kind of spot on to what I was thinking, is it's the same thing that I hear in this narrative about like nowadays in like the manosphere or whatever. And they talk about men don't want women, men don't care about, especially well-off men or high-value men. They don't want women who they don't care that you got a job. They don't care that you got a PhD. They don't care that you got a career or your own business. They just care about if you pretty, if you like hot, and if you tempting. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that high-value men worried about is you in shape or is your body tight or whatever. And I think and the ideal is that they don't care about whether or not you have money and all of these things, because they got it and they could just pay. You know what I'm saying? So when you find yourself in a situation where you with a young lady who you are with her and you don't care about her resources because you can afford to pay for whatever, and then now she start taxing you for your resources, you know what I mean? You kind of get the game that you play. And even when it comes to like the child support and all of that stuff, a lot of it is determined based on if you're dating a woman who got a job and she spends just as much time with the kid as you do, you know what I mean? You don't find yourself in a situation where you're paying these exorbitant amount in child support and alimony because the chick who you dealing with got the same resources as you. You know what I'm saying? It's only when you are this multi-billionaire NBA player and then you go catch a chick from the Texas Roadhouse.
From the Gulags,
yeah. And then you say, you know what, girl, quit that job at Texas Roadhouse. Just come hang with me. That they be like, all right, now you owe her something.
Man, yo, right. So let me just first address the PJ Washington situation, right?
Okay.
So, man, I made a video, man, and it wasn't the nicest video towards PJ Washington, right? And here's why. I am a 5-star lieutenant in the Hard on Thoughts movement, meaning I don't believe in feeding thoughts. I don't believe in feeding them, right? In chauffeuring those thoughts. I'm talking about a thought should be somebody who pay their own way to you, all right? You give them a cold shower and a stiff rag and send them back home. That's all you should be giving them, right? So when we seen PJ Washington flirting back and forth with Brittany Renner on Instagram, we spammed that brother's DM and said, "My brother, please don't do this." But PJ Washington, we said, "Please, PJ, don't do this. PJ, we love you. PJ, stay away from Brittany Renner." And then their flirting progressed into them now taking pictures together. And then this fool posted up a picture on like Halloween where she was bent over in a costume, right? And he was catching it and cheesing like a mother. And we said, PJ, she got her veins in PJ. We cried for PJ, bro. We went on a 40-day fast for PJ, bro. All right, bro. Then we went to church, right, and got the prayer warriors to pray for PJ. Why? We say, yo, PJ, stay away from Brittany Renner. He didn't listen to us. And then he came out with a photo shoot where she was actually pregnant. And bro, our tears and our sorrows fill social media. We cried for 40 days and 40 nights. We were terrified for PJ Washington. But yet again, he was ignoring that, all right? And, right? And pretty much said, you guys, y'all are simps out of what I'm doing. Then when PJ finally got her pregnant, and now he's in like this debacle, why do we care about PJ Washington being quote unquote trapped and groomed? Why do we give a damn? All right, that simp ignored our warning. That simp ignored to heed the warning. We told him, bro, beware of Brittany Renner. She's somebody who Colin Kaepernick gave the blueprint to you since on how to treat Brittany Renner. We don't know what Colin Kaepernick did to her, right? Listen, she can't listen. After she paid her own way to go see Colin Kaepernick and paid her own way to come back. And after Colin Kaepernick gave her a heart, she came on Instagram and was crying tears and said, yo, Colin Kaepernick is cheap. I'll pay my own way there and pay my own way back. Colin Kaepernick gave them the blueprint. So how can PJ Washington see how many she done swallow, how many semens, all right, she done devoured? How can he see that and say, yo, this is someone who I'm trying to wife and give a baby? What is it about these athletes, right? That like makes like girl. Listen, it's like they pick the biggest stock. I don't understand. Listen, like it's like you can go look, right. Look, like look. Starbucks got some thoughts there, right? Bro, thoughts is everywhere, right? So why do these guys pick the biggest thoughts that everybody has ran through and choose them to wife up? Why not go to Starbucks? Why not go to Walmart? Why not have, right? Listen, yo, find a low-key thought like 20,000 followers. Why Brittany Renner?
It's simple. It's people since the beginning of the time, folks have realized that like physical relations oftentimes is about attraction, but it's more so about like status and power, right? So with most of these dudes who in these poetic is a dirty mouth. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you gotta clean, you gotta use a little bit cleaner talk, you know what I'm saying? For the culture and the algorithm. So since the beginning of the time, the physical nature of relationships is more about, you know what I'm saying, power and these other things and status. So that's the problem with most of these dudes is you are trying to align yourself with women to establish your amount of status, right? Anybody, me and you could go to Starbucks and grab a young lady, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but where I can't go is, you know, or I probably could, you know what I'm saying? But it's a little harder. It's a little, the chick with a million, the chick with a million follows and sub, you know what I mean? Like I gotta, or in the movies and the model and all that, you know what I mean? I gotta stumble across that. I gotta be friends. Right? I gotta, huh?
Oh,
no. So that's what it is, man. So they be all they mess around with the same chicks simply just to establish themselves on a certain social level and a certain like bit of like status, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, bro. But I'll tell you this, because I played like ball in college, right? And at that level, right, I played in JUCO. Well, I played in high school, I played in JUCO, and I played in college. And the relationship with women is the exact same on each level. Everybody ends up dating the same girls, right? When I went to Iowa State, the biggest thing that was I'd be talking, I'd be like, dang, who is that? And then somebody be like, oh, that's a such and such girl. But she used to be for the culture and the team and everybody's messing with her. And then such and such. And I was like, damn. Then I'll be like, what about her? And it's like, oh, it's such and such, such and such. Hey, it happened to me. I dated the chicks who was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a thing. Like, because once you get, to me, here's the thing that I realized is, once you get accustomed to that culture, it's not as crazy to like, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, but also it's not even, I think too, like in PJ Washington's defense, I think that she caught him young enough where he just ain't probably know too much better, right? Polk's probably trying to tell him, but he probably thought like, damn, look where I'm at with this. I remember, I tell the story sometimes. I remember when I was in JUCO, I used to go over this chick. I was dating a girl, and then but you can't have girls in the dorms. So my girl would come into town, and then she would go. We would go meet up at one of her homegirls' houses in the city. You know what I'm saying? And so I go over there, and the homegirl who house we would be at, she'd be like, yo, if you coming over, like bring somebody for me to hang out with too. So I used to go down the dorm hallway, knock on the door. Hey, I'm about to go. You want to come? Dude would be like, nah, I can't. You want to come? All right, come on, I'll come. So for a week straight, I would go over there, and every night I would just bring a different homeboy with me to hang out with the girl.
And they would just run through her.
and then you know what I'm saying? But basically, and so what ended up happening is on one night, I get over there, and one of the guys I know is already there. And I say to him, yo, bro, I'm like, oh, shoot, cool, man. You ain't, you know, she didn't ask me to bring nobody or whatever. So he's like, yeah, man, this is my girl, man. Like, I'm thinking about taking her back home, meet my parents. Like, I'm like, want to wife it up. And I'm like, bro, what? Huh? You about to do what?
Oh,
and he's like, yeah, man, like I'm in love. It's a big thing. And I'm like, my guy, I don't know if you know this, but like she been with a lot of your roommate, your such and such, you know what I mean? And he's like, damn, for real? What? Hell no. So then he leaves the room. Next thing you know, I hear her screaming. She cussing. I'm thinking he done went in there, confronted her, like, and now she pissed, or like, you know what I mean? We about to go. So I'm like telling my girl, like, all right, but we gotta go. Like, I'm gonna take him back to the dorm. I know he don't even want to be here no more. And then she come in the room, and he come back, and they like, AB, you gotta go. And they kick me out
What?
because I was talking bad about her allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
I told you it's the sin.
And he stayed. He stayed, and I had to go. But
I told you, bro.
same thing.
Listen,
It was.
But AB, listen, man. But like, right? But okay, so here, so here's my question, right? So, like, what is it, right? Look, like guys who, again, PJ is 6'8", he's light skinned, you feel me, right? He's in shape. I would assume that PJ has been getting females all of his life, right? So
Yeah.
how is it that a guy like that can make it to where he is now, to where he's an in-demand man, right? He's a man of value where women are flocking at his feet. How can he be so insecure to where he's now simping for a female that's for the streets? Like, for example, would you ever wife a female who gets around?
Who gets around?
Yeah. Or, sorry, has gotten around and now she's a reformed thought.
Yes, 100%.
Come on. What? Are you crazy? What? Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Look. Here's all I'm saying. Here's the thing, bro. And you said this earlier. You still young in the 22 age. You feel me?
Yeah.
And what you end up learning, and I'm telling you that it's a different world. Like and like you just described, PJ Washington being a handsome dude, got shit going, he doing this, whatever. Like the way that men and women operate in that circle is so different, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing of like, and it don't make sense, right? Mm-hmm. But whenever I was playing sports, it's a different vibe when I remember there's a time where this chick who I was trying to holler at her. She's like, not going, not really interested. And then one day, like I see her every time at the club, I try to holler at her. I'm trying to holler. And we would talk or whatever, but we never really exchanged. She knew my first name. She didn't know my last name. Mm-hmm. What ended up happening is one time I met her. She was standing there talking with her friend. I said to her friend, like, she's like, "Oh, this is my guy, Alan or whatever," and her friend is like, "Alan who?" And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know you." And then I tell her my last name, and then her friend is like, "Oh, you play football?" And then the homegirl's like, "Oh shoot," the girl says to me, "I don't know why, but you just got taller." Oh, this chick who I was trying to holler at for 3-4 weeks in a row, no play, all of a sudden is like, yo, I get home, I open up my Facebook because that's what we was on back then.
Ooh, they be choosing. Come on.
He said, the Facebook is like, yo, what's up? Let's hang out. Let's do such and such. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, obviously, would I do that now per se? Obviously, like, you know, I mean, I'm kind of in this space where I'm like, if you are my age, yeah, if you my age, right, and you still identify as a reformed thought, then you got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. Like, I would spot that and be like, I'm out, right? Uh-huh. If you 22, 23, 24, what you looking for is a physical situation, and so if you catch it with a reformed thought, she gonna put something on you that make you want to come back to it over and over. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that like I would straight up just wife a, you know what I mean? But I'm saying that I've been in situations where something like that has happened, right? Mm-hmm. Where you are more sought after than you sought after folks. You know what I'm saying? I done been places where, I don't know. I just been in a lot of situations, but it's only because the environment of being a football player and doing all of that stuff at that level, like, provided, not a normal thing.
Well, right, but right. Look though, again, right. A side note, right. You feel me? Again, I'm a greasy, slimy Negro, right. So I know, right, yeah. right. In Lithuania, in Bosnia, in Croatia, right. That BBB on your chest, you feel me? Get you a different tier level, right, of women, right? Especially in poor countries like that, you were probably running through all of them, right, AB?
Talking about moving around the world. Here's the
In
thing:
Bosnia,
is
Croatia, yeah, those
you,
places.
you, you know what's funny is like when you go to those places, is they really don't even know they didn't know what brand was or what, you know what I
Oh
mean? The
man.
only thing
Okay.
that they knew was like it was more like same. So that's to the same point, right? It's like you go to this place, it's normally all white folks, right? And
Mm,
you go to Lithuania, ain't no niggas in Lithuania.
of course.
So then you meet some folks and they like, damn, what y'all doing here? Like, who are you? Then you start to explain, and then so for them anyway, you from America, you in Lithuania, so you got some shit going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Then it becomes this whole thing of like, you're probably the only black dude who I'm ever gonna run into again,
Right.
right? So it's like I could either have this one experience with this black dude for the one time in my whole life,
Yeah.
or I could be too bougie and then not do it. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So like I seen folks in those situations be able to also like, you know what I'm saying? You got people coming at not because they like, oh, you working with the, you know what I'm saying, but just because like, damn, like you the first
Well,
black, I never touched
yeah,
no black hair before. You know what I'm saying?
of course, brother.
So I've
So
been in those situations.
so right. So look, the right. But again, but folks might watch this and be confused. So you're saying, right, just by being around a godlike figure like Jello Ball, you got some residual punani. Just right, just because Jello was around you.
But no, I ain't saying that. No,
No,
because here's the thing,
yeah,
you gotta understand that
yeah,
we also there's such an age gap. You feel me? I feel what
yeah.
you're saying. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? But like,
Mhm.
there is me and Jello not hanging with the same chicks. You know what I'm saying?
No,
No, no.
no.
Me and you know what I mean? Or I'm
Overseas.
not. That's what I'm saying. Like even
Yeah.
overseas, like we also. Also, those dudes are smart enough to where they didn't move like everybody else moved anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like for me,
That was
I'm
our
out in
key.
the city just walking by myself. I'm chilling. Woo, woo, woo. They out. They got a camera crew. They're balling the family following them.
Oh
You know what
shit.
I'm saying? So they can't move. They go to the club and they can chill or whatever a little bit, but they
Mm-hmm.
not even into that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Most of the everybody else on that team was out here and was going crazy. And like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't know who is who or who's important or who is not, right? They just
Yeah.
know that y'all all got to be important because you're here right now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you look at some of these other young dudes who are, you know what I mean, athletic and handsome, and they was
Mad.
out there
Yeah.
cleaning up. You know what I'm saying?
Mad girls and shit. Yeah. Feel
Like
me?
literally, I seen one of these JBA dudes. It'll be a girl with her dude, and
Mm-hmm.
then be looking at like, damn, you, how tall are you? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
and
Choosing,
and
bro.
and yeah, choosing, and the dude just like, yeah, go ahead, baby, go ahead, you know, I understand.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, but
Man. All
I
right.
don't know.
Right. So back to wife and a thought, right? So all right. So look. So
Okay,
like, here's my question, right? So look. So let's say she's so what? So what? You're like 32, right? 35, right, AB?
yeah, 36,
Right.
just
Cool.
turned
Right.
36. Yeah.
Right. Cool. So cool. So look, a girl, a girl, right? Let's say that's 35 years old, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they'll just so happen to be in and right? And let's
Yeah.
say started off as like friends, right? You feel me, right? And have a conversation, and things just got, just slipped through the crack that, oh man, yeah, man, I got like 50 bodies. I, I got like trained by like four dudes in like
Oh
like college,
God.
right.
Yeah.
But she said, yo, look, I did all that ish in my 20s, right? I'm I, I'm, I'm now trying to settle down and have a family, and I'm a God-fearing woman now. Would you hold what she did in her 20s against her? again, 50
bro.
plus
First,
body.
here's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
First, I would 1000% not.
Nah.
I wouldn't. I'm saying I would. Of course, I would hold it against her. But this is what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't date no. If you told me that, it would be over. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't move on mentally from that, right? However, one of the things that I do believe, and I think you understand this when you get older, right? I know what my past situations have looked like, right? I know the type of thought and that I done been into, and I know all of that stuff. So I'm not asking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in casual conversation. I don't want to know if you've been trained. I don't want to know if your body count. I don't want to even really go into detail on mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, there's certain stuff that okay.
Right. So now question, right? So you're saying you don't want to know. Now here's my question, right? So look, so let's say, you like meet a good girl who's great. You feel me, right? She got a nice personality. She looks nurturing, blah blah. Y'all meet, y'all kick it, y'all get married, right? And then you find out, right? Let's say in conversation, right? When your friends like, oh shit, bro, like that's Sally you're married? Damn, yo, bro, back in college, man, we ran through Sally. I'm talking about, bro, like, bro, she was the party thought.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna still proceed with that wedding, knowing we kicked it off well, but she was getting trains running her every Saturday in college.
But so this is what I'm saying. As first of all, I wouldn't want to know that. What I was gonna say is that the thing that I would want to know though is like, you know what I'm saying? If me and her go to the grocery store and everybody at the grocery store done smash, I need to know. You feel me? Don't have me pull up. If we go to the college reunion and then I find out that everybody done, then like you know what I mean? Like I can't do that. You know what I mean? If I find out that all of that happened, then like I gotta pass. You feel me? However, what I'm saying though is like, what do they say? Ignorance is bliss. You feel me? Right. If I meet a chick and she still identify in her brain as what was happening in college, if I meet a chick and she's still trying to figure out how to like be in a relationship because she never had a positive one, if I meet a chick and she's still in therapy based on all of these past experiences, then like, then I couldn't date you anyway. You feel me? If I meet you and you had some of that stuff, but that ain't even, you so far detached from that and removed from it that like it never come up, then like, then I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I probably could make that work. But if you still in the thought process or in the mindset where that's something that you're dealing with on a daily basis and you still like drowning in that, I don't know.
Right. So like, you don't care about the body count. You just care about the mindset. Now, I do have a question about Fresh and Fit, but you can read the.
But so it's a player knows what type chick she is at first glance, and after a small convo, some girls play good girl, but when you run the test on them, they fail. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what I mean is that I think that I'm in this boat, right? Where I could tell, I see some red flags, and I'm like, oh. I already know you done been through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? I already know you done, and then I get up out of there. So if we get to a space where like down the line, somebody be like, oh, bro, I'm dating a girl. We post a picture. Some dude hit me random. Like, damn, you dating her? I remember when that we used to.
Yeah.
Then I know whether or not I'm gonna like take that into account or if I'm gonna like get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that most dudes, like we've been talking about, dudes be messing with the same chicks, and dudes could be just as petty as girls. And I know dudes will. I know dudes will talk down on a chick that they trying to, you know what I mean? They trying to talk you out of it as they try to go get her as well.
Robert Ware, right? All right. So do you know who Fresh and Fit is, right?
Yeah. I know them.
Right. Cool. So again, this is probably like, again, I am a supporter of Fresh and Fit, right? However,
Okay.
them and Abba and Preach beef was over the most beta male shit ever, right? There was beefing over should men pay for the box. Now, what are your thoughts on paying for the box?
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
If you a man and you want to pay for the boss, bro, I say go ahead and handle your business. You know what I'm saying?
A word? Who would you? All right. So cool, right? But would you promote that as a healthy alternative to just talking your way into it?
I think it depends on who you are, right? So I think I'm hip on this Abba and Preach Fresh and Fit thing, right? And I think that what I see with a lot of men who would rather talk themselves into it as opposed to just paying for it is that if they can't talk themselves into it, then they have some resentment and they upset about it, right? I done wasted all this time, I done wasted all of this money, and you ain't even giving me the stuff, right? And so if you're gonna play that game, then don't be like upset when you get blocked or you get denied from it, right?
Right.
If it's so important to you that you want to spend so much time and resources, I know you said you don't take them to dinner or whatever, but you want to take them to dinner, the movie, pick them up, gas, and all of that stuff.
But not, look, I got my $40, right? And that's about it, man. $40 out of me, bro. $40 out of me, right? Right now, but listen, though, right, cool. So, right, so you are aware of the whole Fresh and Fit situation, right?
Yeah.
So do you know who Fresh Prince C? Yeah, Fresh, right? Like he's
yeah.
Right, cool. So now, do you think that Fresh is somebody who gets a lot of women? Because Fresh says that his body count is in like the 4 digits. So, right, yeah. So, do you think just by watching him speak and act with females that Fresh is somebody who has betted thousands of women just by talking to them? No, right, and he don't pay for nothing.
Here, I'll say, while I'm hip on them, I'm more hip on them because of this recent controversy, right? So before that, I have seen their videos or thumbnails pop up, but I never like watched it. You know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you that I done watched it really thoroughly.
What, really?
Like now, but I have seen like people reactions to their content and their like the way that they do this. So I know the Fresh and Fit dude, you know what I'm saying? So I can tell you based on like the shit that I've heard from them recently, I would believe that before their channel took off and they became Fresh and Fit, I don't believe that he's somebody who like was betting a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? To me, he seemed like somebody who capping. It seemed like, because that's what I'm saying. There is I'm telling you, like this it's a huge difference of like what this clout does in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes it so much easier, right? If you somebody who people like look up to and they some like and you got some cool shit going on, people love that. That's why in all of that whole manosphere, you ever heard, I think I might mention it, like AMS, Alpha Male Strategies or whatever. He's somebody that somebody like told me to check out one of his videos, more so because from a content creation standpoint. But what I appreciated about what he talked about is like being on your purpose, being somebody who like is you chasing your own dream and aspirations and bag, and then eventually like people and women, they appreciate you for being somebody who on their grind, right? So I think like a guy like Fresh and Fit, even now, like because they doing such cool stuff and they got their channel and their platform and they trending all of the time, like I wouldn't be surprised if he could pull some chicks now. But he not, to me, that's not pulling them off your wordplay or whatever. That's pulling them off your like cloud, your business. You know what I mean?
What are your thoughts though on men in the manosphere? Like, for example, do you know who O'Shea Duke Jackson is?
You say what?
Like, right, so it's 2 questions, right? One, do you know who O'Shea Duke Jackson is?
O'Shea Duke Jackson. Yeah, I heard of him. Yep.
Right, cool. Now, what are your general thoughts on the men in the manosphere, or they just scorn nerds, like who just hate chicks, or do these men come with genuine intentions, trying to really educate, right, and like change the narrative with the next generation?
Well, I think, but they are. Somebody here said that. See, hold on, I'm gonna answer that. The biggest true players are broke. Example: the truest player is the guy at the bus stop pulling chicks in a car. You feel me? Like, to me, I feel like I understand what they starting to say, right? That's the dude, you ain't got nothing going on. You at the bus stop, you on the bus, and you just game. That's game. I got a ton of money. I could buy you and fly you out. That's not game, right? That's just the same thing as what I was saying.
Okay.
It's like when I was in Europe and chicks would be like, dang, like, you the only black dude I'm at. Yeah, I just want to try. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
like,
want to try AB the Hero for one night, just one night.
Let me, or what would they do? People would be, they would be so hyped to just talk because a lot of them have English as a second language. So like, it's just a great opportunity for me to like test my English out with a dude who speak English. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's just talk, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like it create that. What I think about your question about the manosphere thing, I think that there are, I think that there are guys in there who have good intentions, but I think that there are a lot of dudes who are like scorned, right? And like even with the O'Shea Duke Jackson dude, right? I don't know too much of them. Like I think that a lot of these dudes, like I said, over the last couple of weeks, I stumbled across some of their content. You know what I'm saying? Some of it I avoid because I don't need a lot of that information. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point in my life, right? I done experienced a lot and have my own thoughts and opinions on a lot of stuff. So I don't like need to seek it. Like I said, the Alpha Male Strategies dude, I like what he was saying from the perspective of it made my experience with women make sense. So like he was talking about being on your purpose, right? And I have noticed that in times where I'm like chasing something or I'm at the job and I just attract a lot of people, but it's because people see me on my grind and they like, dang, like I worked in like a youth shelter. I work with a bunch of kids and I like love doing it. So people like, damn, look how good you are with the kids. Oh my God, here goes some draws. You know what I'm saying? And so like I experienced, so when he talked about it, it made sense. I think that what doesn't make sense to me with a lot of these dudes in the way that they talk now is it's the same thing we were talking about with the like these basketball players, right? I hear a lot of these dudes say like, we don't care if a woman has a brains or she got a PhD or she got a master's or she got a job or however much. They just care if she look good. You know what I'm saying? And then so when a woman finds some value in her credentials, a lot of these dudes would be like, but so what, man? So what? And then it'd be the same dude who then like find the chick who don't have much value outside of her looks. She do them dirty and then be like, damn, these bitches just taking me on food dates. They trying to go out and you know what I mean? Like, and be upset with it. So I think that's the wicked cycle that some of these folks kind of create is they like got good information at times, but then they also like don't take accountability for the type of stuff that they're looking for, right? So I think about the Fresh and Fit dude. I remember the video that I watched with them and Abba and Preach when they yelling like, we get more girls than you. We get more girls than you. But then we're better than you, more views, which was not true, right? I think I almost did some stuff like that where they do 40 videos a month. Abba and Preach do 15, 20 videos a month and damn near got comparable views. You know what I mean? So it's hard to tell who's hotter. It's not really. But then so I think that they are I am not in a place where I'm just like trying to rack up women. You know what I'm saying? I like want to find a girl who got some sense about her. We can build something together and then like, you know what I mean, live. So to me, a lot of them dudes miss me. My dog say you need to move to Europe, bro. You need to take a trip over there for sure.
Me? Yo, listen, man, like I'm straight from Africa, right? So probably, that's the only confidence that what somebody said, just don't turn me and a woman into a game because then you will get played.
Facts.
Yo, that's kind of facts, right? Yo, man, right. But do you think, right, manosphere, right, like for example, is making progress? Like for example, right, like I feel, man, like the way things are going, it's going to be really hard for pretty women in 20, 30 years, bro. Because, like just the seed and the hatred that, like, they're playing, like, bro, I find myself, right, like, I don't even want to, give females compliments no more, right? Because I feel like that's simping, right? Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I'm like, nah, you know, like, right? So, like, do you feel like they were, like, the manosphere as a whole, right, is going to be successful in changing the narrative? Like, for example, right, like, it's going to be harder for females to, like, leverage sex in taking simps, right? And taking advantage of vulnerable men in 20, 30 years.
But so here's my thing: is this is what I was saying about the manosphere. Why I think is the ultimate flaw is the reason why women can leverage sex or, like, you know what I mean, into is because men just want it so bad. So, like, the only thing that's going to stop a woman who looks beautiful from not being able to play or take advantage of a man is a man who is not just attracted to a woman because she's beautiful, right? Because then you start to feel like you ain't got, you know what I mean? You're not even on my level. You're not such and such. Right. So what will eventually hopefully become more powerful is a woman who got some shit to offer, who bring things to the table. And then a beautiful woman won't matter unless you. I used to date a chick, man, who I like worked at this bar. She worked at the bar. She didn't even work at the bar. She, like, was just a patron at the bar. I seen her. We started talking, and then all of a sudden, she had a business degree at one of the best business schools, but she was so fine that she realized that she didn't want to, like, follow her degree because she felt like she could get a dude who could take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I think that's the thing is, as long as men are still using women as status symbols and women are still like are like on that pedestal, like it's not going to go away. You know what I'm saying? Because they always will have that power. You feel me? But so I think that's the problem is in the manosphere on a certain level, it's still, like I'm saying, like, even I'm telling you, this is shit. It always made me think of this. Where I think about Johnny Football, right? Mm-hmm. Where Johnny Manziel, when he's in college and he's the Heisman Trophy winner, I can only just imagine how much people was throwing stuff at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cracking cocaine.
Yeah,
yeah,
anywhere, right? When I played ball, it was a certain region, like in a city. In that city, we was known. Johnny Manziel was known all over the country. He'd go to any college campus and damn near pull girls. Dudes like that, like I think as long as that stuff is, So I don't think so, man. I think it's gonna be around. Yeah.
Not right. So look. So here's what I always say. Right, is chivalry has been the biggest trick, right, that womankind has ever played on men. And again, and like, here's what I mean, right? At some point, there was a quota where it says, yo, look, men, you have to be nice. You have to pay for things. You have to take care of her just because you are a man. Listen, in no other industry, right, bro, right, that the rare commodity is seeking out candidates. It never happens. And here's what I mean by that, right? A good man with his shit together is the rarest thing in the world. And here's what I mean. Men are being incarcerated at a much higher rate, right?
Yeah.
There's men who are, again, homosexuals, in jail, deadbeat fathers, and criminals, right? So to find a man who is not an active criminal, who got his own money, who is taking care of his business, who's a good man and a righteous man, to find him, that's rare. But society has told us that we have to go ahead and seek the women, that we have to you could call it, court them. We have to fund their lifestyle. Why? Because they're the ones who are the prize. When that's not true. Men, we're the prize. So why do you feel, right? Like even now, men are still treating women like the prize and not really listen. Look, we should be the prize. Why? Because again, we're the rarest commodity, right? Listen, what's harder to find? A female with a nice face and a big ass, or a man who got his shit together and who can take care of you, right? And who can be a father and a husband. It's the father and the husband, right? So why don't men treat themselves as such as the prize? But why do men currently chase and treat women as if they're the prize?
Bro, it's because like it's before we were both born. This is a phenomenon that goes way back, right? I think the difference is, and where you might be just missing it a little bit, is women never created this power dynamic. Men did, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like having a beautiful woman was always the most coveted thing for men. So like if you go way back, right? Even being married and all of that stuff was, I'm a dude, I got a lot of power, I got a daughter. I want her to be with a dude who is powerful and all of that. So men used to arrange the, you know what I mean? Like, who my daughter going? If I'm a king, I'm not just letting some Joe Schmo marry my princess daughter. I'm getting her to a prince. You feel me? And so men used to do that. And then so men created this establishment and where I'm giving you my daughter for you to take care of her now. I did that. Now you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so that was like, that's where that norm got set, is men who like, you know what I mean? I've been raising my wife, my kids and all that stuff. Now I'm giving her to you. I'm going to pay you a little bag to do it as well. And then, so that's where that started, man. So I think even today, it is I don't know. I think so. It just has trickled on from there to now where it's at today. But I'm trying to think. I don't believe it's like men is this like hot commodity, because I think that even men, right, as a man, I think that we walk around here and we operate under the illusion that women control the power to like what I heard Kevin Samuel say this, right? He say men control like
women control
yes, exactly. Yeah. And so, but who wants which one more? I would say that men probably want sex more than women want to be married.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, not come on.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
No. Listen, all right, look, right. So look, I'll say this, right. So being married is probably just like disguise for I want my bills paid, right? So we can say this, right?
At some point, yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Even like you got to realize this is my thoughts, is that up until maybe the previous generation, like marriage was a big deal just for a dude. You would see this all the time. A dude would marry like if you go back and you think about your granddaddy, your great grandparents, your granddaddy might be 20 and then his wife would be 15. You know what I'm saying? Like that was common. Like you 20 years old, you done got a 12 and then you bringing her up and you building her up like that. That was common way back in the day. And we just got to a place right now where women, I would say, have any power in all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like in the last maybe 50 years, it really became more of a thing where a woman's like who she getting married and who she gonna be with is not dictated by a man somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like she just started being able to get some control. And I think that what men do right now is that the woman who could benefit you, you don't want her. The woman who got some power and some control and got a job and her head on straight, most men ain't even really checking for her like that.
Well, let me say this though, right? So back to the point of who desire which more, right? So let me see. My camera is okay. Good now, right? So look, right?
Yeah, I'll lie.
Oh shit. Oh hey.
Look, here go my girl. Come up here. Let's talk about this.
Right?
No, she ain't coming.
Now, right, so peep this, right? Look. So marriage, right, for most women is just a symbol for he's gonna take care of all my bills. I want that, right? So now here's the question though, right? So look, so
What?
yeah, him and baby, right? So look, girls desire but to get their bills paid more than men desire sex. That's a fact, bro. Females are fiends. Listen, bro. Listen, yo. Females again. Women in 2020. Listen, women in 2021 who are under the age of 40 years old. All right, they're damn near crack fiends when it comes. Listen, bro. Listen, work, accountability, and the hard work is their kryptonite. These women desire and crave and fiend for a man to take care of their bills. They hate to work. All right, these women don't want to know how it fucking feels to fucking sweat. All right, that's how lazy pieces of what they are. Right, so
wow,
they crave and desire men to take care of their bills more than we crave their sex, bro. Finn, listen, look,
bro.
Right?
But that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling you is that you're probably right. There are probably some folks who fall into that category, but that's also because they've been groomed that way. That's all I'm saying. It's like by men.
Nah, men not responsible for that now. Hold up now.
Man, 1,000.
Hold up. A female who is used to wearing Forever 21 and H&M, hopping off her musty ass and asking for a Birkin bag, that ain't the doing of men, right? Her musty ass is overvaluing herself because other females is telling her, yo, you don't have to have no broke guys. These men are simps and will go ahead and spend on you. All right, so that's not because of
but you know why they telling her that? Is because men are doing that. So tell me this, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say this. If me and you was going after the same girl, right? Mm-hmm. We both you like her, I like her. Right. You talk to her, I talk to her. Mm-hmm. How would we separate ourselves from each other with getting this girl? Yeah. Is it just gonna be who talks to her the best, or is it gonna be who offer her a better opportunity? You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'll say this though, right? Like guys who are this super nice guy buying her a Birkin bag, paying her bills, you are her simp and you're nothing but a utility tool for her. She's gonna use the F out of you, right? And still fuck the guy who she views as a sex symbol. Like, for example, bro, if she has a guy in her life, right, in whom she views as an alpha male, 6'5", aggressive built, right, guy who is smooth, right? She's gonna take your money, all right, buying her those nice dresses, buying her those Birkin bags, buying her that nice makeup, right, buying her that nice wig, and she's gonna take your money so she can look more appealing, right, and be used right as a sex device for that alpha male, right? So spending on her is nothing but a simp game. She's still gonna F the guy who she is sexually attracted to.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying is that happens because the guy who is sexually attracted to her is the one who is so enamored with her physically that he's willing to give her all of the money.
No, that's
so that's what I'm saying. So as long as there will always be simps, there'll always be dudes out there who feel like I can't sit down with you, I can't impress you with my looks, I can't impress you with my thoughts and my words, but I know I can impress you with this bag or with this money. And so women know that. There's more dudes out there who are not what you would like high value or alpha males, but guys who probably feel like I cannot get you with my looks, but I can get you with the bag. I can't get you with my tongue, my wordplay, but I can buy you something nice and then make you do it. And so what I'm saying is that, of course, women want to get married. Of course, women want to get married. Of course, women want nice things and all of that stuff. But even more than that, there's dudes who want a woman to want them even more. So as long as women as long as men want women, especially women who that they couldn't get, women gonna take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It starts and ends in most cases with men, because men operate most of the time in a position of power. It's the
So,
same thing as where if you got a group of dudes and like all of them trying to get the same, like you said, all of these basketball players dating the same girl.
mhm.
Of course she gonna want the Birkin bag. And that's you gonna have to get it, because she's like, I could fly to the Hawks. I could be with a Hawks player today, or I could go to Denver and be with the Nuggets. Who gonna buy me the bag? You know what I'm saying? You doing me on a Colin Kaepernick. I ain't flying out there.
Oh man, folks, throw back the hoodie on, man. Do like hoodie fucker better, nah, man, nah, man. Waves popping, man. Nah, waves popping, man. Right now, right. So look though. So you will say that the problem is the simps opposed to the woman, right? That like again, that the manosphere is doing a great job at saying, look, let's empower these simps, right? Let's help these simps find their way, right? Opposed to just bashing women, because bashing women won't help shit. But if we
Yeah.
empower these simps are the issue, and these simps should either be ostrated. Sorry, see, my Negro mind trying to pronounce four-syllable words, people. My Negro mind can't take it. People, pause a minute, man. Okay, pause a minute, right? So look, right? Oh, sorry, ostracized, right? So look, so should
Yeah.
simps, right? So look, so should simps be given an ultimatum? Either be ostracized, right, or stop simping.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Should we
saying though. I
treat
think
should we treat like simps, right? Look, right, look, right. So look, so like for example, right, look. So black folks, right, treat coons like Paris Denard, Candace Owens, right? We treat them as coons, and we don't mess with them. So should men treat simps the same way, and just don't even like talk to them, just ostracize them, and say, yo, y'all are bad for business. Don't talk to us.
I'll say I think you're right as far as the manosphere would do a better job, instead of like bashing women, would be to empower men to make better choices and then like pick better women, right? I think like I get what you're saying about ostracizing simps or whatever, but I think it don't matter, because wherever the simps gonna be at, then like that's where the women gonna follow anyway. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
we're
you might not mess with them, but the chicks gonna mess with them. You know what I mean? Because that's where because that's where the bag at, right? And so the part of this issue though is that I think a lot of folks in the manosphere pretend like they check in for women simply because they like want this relationship, or they want this like they want marriage, or they're looking for a girlfriend. Well, realistically, they just looking for somebody to smash. And then once women realize, oh, you just trying to smash, then you get played. Then they play the person, and then he like, damn, she just took advantage of me and even let me smash, when it was like a game that you was trying to play anyway.
mm-hmm.
But let me see. Somebody say here, I think you are both right and both wrong. There's a variety of basic desires and needs that we all have, and this whole scenario has been created by a two-way street which we all walk. That's a fact of Mundo.
Mm-hmm.
It's more nuanced than any of us know.
Was
Is the
so
good
says,
woman that you want. Oh, but see, oh, look at this. Somebody say Candace Owens
man,
is the
come
good
on,
woman
man,
that you want. But this is, but so,
man, come
but
on, man. Listen, man, the
I,
coonship is activated, man. It was activating right there. But come on, man. Candace Owens, listen, nah, man. I love you, brother, man. But Candace Owens, come on, studio, man. Candace Owens, nah, come on, man. Candace Owens, nah, man.
yeah, see.
Oh man.
They done banned my guy for talking crazy. All right. Oh, there he is. He just hopped off. He might be back. Had going on was something special. You
Man.
feel me?
Yo, listen, man. The streets trying to ban me, bro. Hey, I was spitting that real shit, AB, right? Yo, listen though, man. AB got to go, man. So I just want to say this though, man. I have a sports right to look. My main channel got like 4,500 subs, man. But like that's for like entertainment, you know, like pop new shit, man. I'm starting I started it, right? It's called Flacco, the Angry Philly Fan, man. I'm really trying, but to get my first subscriber, man. Again, Flacco, the Angry Philly Fan. That's a sports channel just dedicated to me following Jello's journey. So look, once that Jello season starts, it's gonna be lit, right? So we're following Jello's journey. We do sports, bro. So if y'all could please, man, can somebody please give me my first subscriber, bro? Listen, man. Flacco, the Angry Philly Fan. I got 0 subscribers, man. Can somebody please give me my first subscriber, man?
Post from that channel in the chat here.
I'm here. I'm gonna drop down, bro. Pin the link.
Okay. All right, yeah. But yeah, man, go sub to my man Flacco, the Angry Sports Fan. You need a women contribution. AB can't be all men. No, you're right. We definitely got to have this type of conversations before. Stop capping, man. You got to stay close to your neighbor. Like these different convos and perspective. I appreciate us having this conversation as well, because we need to start talking about more and expanding the topics and the conversations and all that. Oh, shoot, there go my man. FYF, I didn't realize. What's happening? Lamont.
Yo, what up? Well, I was just listening because I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
I heard y'all talking about like Sierra and Russell Wilson. What did Russell Wilson do?
Oh no. We were having a conversation about kind of like the manosphere and women and thoughts or whatnot. And he was on Russell Wilson because obviously Sierra had that relationship with Future. And then right. I guess he was saying that Sierra made Russell Wilson wait until they got married to do anything physical with her. And then so he was just on his head for putting up with that, basically.
Oh, Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree with that. Because the only reason I don't agree with it is because I think men gotta always, like, Russell Wilson only knows what's best for him. Maybe Russell Wilson was going through, like, he was a college athlete. Maybe he went through a spell in college just like most D1 players do. I dealt with it, where when you get to that level, you got women coming at you all the time, even if you just a walk-on the team. And you can't tell the difference between if it's real or if it's just lust and sex. So maybe he was like, you know what, to see if this is really real, maybe I'm going to try this just to see if this is really real. And if I stick around and stick it out, then maybe it's something real that I got here. That's why I say it's hard to just say he's a simp for that move, because we don't know the struggles that he dealt with leading up to that. And maybe it was something he needed to do for himself just to kind of find the right person, because these athletes, again, the number one thing that gets thrown at, we saw it with PJ Washington, these women will use sex to trick you into believing that there's a real love there. And I mean, hopefully it don't happen to LaMelo, man. I really hope it don't happen to him. It already happened to PJ Washington, and it's just like maybe a few more men need to take that route. I mean, because not everybody's really been through that D1 life. Because I tell everybody, when you're a D1 athlete, it fucks your game up. Like, I'm not bad to cuss, but you have no game. You don't know how to talk to women. You lose the ability to talk to women because it's so easy to get them, and it's a lot of lust and that type, and sex involved. for these athletes, especially when they get to the pro level. So
Yeah.
I can't knock the man for doing that, man, to get with Sierra. Maybe that's just something he needed to challenge himself with to see if it was a real relationship. But it's hard to knock athletes for that because I'm telling you, bro, man, I'm sure you talked to Jello and them.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk to them about the struggles. I'm sure they was dealing with that coming out of high school.
But this is we were talking about this earlier, right? Because I played D1 football.
Yeah.
So my man Poetic Flacco was on here, and also I'm glad that you hopped on because he mentioned something to me earlier. He wanted me to set up a debate with somebody. He thinks Jello is the greatest player ever, got these stats and stuff to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, I want to debate with somebody who could come with an organized point to try to take him on." And the first thing that popped in my head was you. You know what I'm saying? So we'll like, you know what I'm saying, rap about maybe trying to set that up. But earlier we were talking about this because the conversation was about at some point we started talking about like LaMelo, PJ, and kind of some of that drama that they found themselves into. Yeah. And he was asking me like, would I ever, if I met a chick who in her past had maybe had some thought behavior or whatever, would I ever consider dating her? And I said possibly. And I was trying to explain to him like, in my experience as a college athlete, like you realize that it's a different world. You know what I'm saying? Like the dating thing is not the same as like on the street. You know what I mean? Like it's different when somebody is interested in you solely because of who you are and not anything that you did. You know what I mean? Like it ain't that you spit some game to her, you did all of this stuff, you took her to dinner. It's just like, oh, you AB? Of course, come over. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's a different level. You know what I mean? And so some of these decisions that I think that some of these guys end up making, like I feel like I can understand it a little bit because you like, even I think about I'll play ball at Iowa State. We was 5-19 in my time there. We were trash, but we were still sought after, right? So I'd be like, damn, if I can imagine if you on one of these national championship teams, you were LiAngelo or LaMelo, and you damn are nationally known. You know what I'm saying? Like Johnny Manziel won a Heisman. For me, it was like in our little city, I could walk around there and have a little throw my weight around a little bit. But these guys could go to any college campus in the country and win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so yeah, no, I feel you. It is different, man. And it's a struggle, I agree. Man.
It's hard for these. I almost, because when I saw some of the top players on our team when I was at Chicago State, it's just like, man, I kind of felt bad for him because it's just hard to focus. I know how I felt my freshman year as just a walk-on. And I'm going from high school to literally getting 0 to now I'm at a D1 school, a walk-on the team. And it's just like, now I got multiple options every week. And it's just like, I ain't never seen it. So it's like worlds change. And it also, you got to look at the aspect of this is how so many child is born out of wedlock. I mean, homie was talking about you got to give it up before pregnancy. I mean, what if it didn't work out between the two, but she ends up getting pregnant and now you have another baby born out of wedlock? It's just like, what type of example is that? I don't really want to bash people who are doing it the right way. I mean, he's taking care of the kids, man. He's been there. Even with LeBron, he's taking care of his kids, been there. Whatever problems they have, they keep it in-house. Steph Curry, same thing. It's just like, these people, I mean, for as much as we want to call them simps to sound cool, we're going to have to start holding them in a higher light, man, because they are setting a really good example for building families. And that's what's really killing our community right now is, that aspect of the manosphere, I don't think is the great aspect going forward. Just, all that. I mean,
that's what we were just talking about.
Everybody got their own opinion, but
that's kind of what we were talking about is in the manosphere, and this was my like critique of the manosphere as well, is that a lot of it is about, it's a numbers game. you win in when he's talking about the fresh and fit dudes, right? And
Yeah.
and I seen the little clip where they like, we get more girls than you, we get more this and this and this and this. And like a lot of times these same dudes who like out here trying to get more girls are the ones who then get rejected or get used and get abused and then turn around and then be like extra upset, or you know what I mean? What they call the red pill raging and all of that jazz. Whereas they kind of, to me, front as if they're like trying to do, like you said, what a Russell Wilson did, where I got 2 subscribers, forever grateful. But they trying to do whatever Russell Wilson did, right? So it's a difference if you out here really trying to date a chick, you like her and you trying to marry her, and then you get played. Whereas if you just trying to smash, you know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of that red, or not, the manosphere talk at times is more so about like trying to teach you how to smash and not how to like be in a relationship, how to like cultivate a bond and do all of that stuff. And then so you end up pouring all these resources into somebody who the whole time knew that you was just trying to play them anyway.
Yeah. I believe that it kind of goes both ways. Like, and it's not for everybody. Like that whatever Russell Wilson and Sierra did, I'm not gonna say that's for everybody. Maybe for other people, you could do it a different way. But I think for them, it also, and in some situations, especially with these athletes, if you go into a relationship like that, with that agreement, it also tells the woman, look, you ain't about to move me because you got a nice body and everybody else wants you. Like you know, it might make them a bit more locked in on their role in the relationship, as opposed to just trying to throw their sexuality around to get what they want all the time, which we see that all the time in this culture. So, I mean, like I said, I like what they did. I can't hate on the man because I've seen the struggles of some of these athletes, man, and it's a dangerous game out there with some of these women, man. Like we saw with Brittany Renner, had a whole 5-year plan set up to trap PJ Washington, and it worked. So
yeah,
all revolved around his lack of discipline and his lust for her. Yeah. That's what all it was. And if he had built a real relationship with her without the sex, maybe he would have saw them flaws. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would have saw the red flags. So,
and it probably would have. I think that if he would have managed to go into it, like you said, without the sex, it might have, for one, either 2 things. It would have made her realize she can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And she would have had to get out of there a little bit sooner. Like, I can't even wait. Or 2, maybe that change of pace might have did something to her psychologically and brought her out of her plan. You know what I'm saying? It happened in the movies all the time where they be like, oh man, yes, I had this plan, but I didn't never plan on falling in love. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's that. I do think though, that situation to me is so unique because from my understanding, like she was on him at even a younger age, you know what I mean? So not only did she like I don't, if I think about me at that age with that type of woman, she probably would have got me too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even I would have been head over heels and been like, oh my, you see who I just got? You know what I'm saying? So she laid the trap and kind of set that up. What I hope that don't happen is, and I'm sure it probably does, to be honest, but I hope that don't become the norm where you get these older women who start to prey on these younger dudes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And try to get them before they kind of get their foot in, right? Which is what it seems like, and I think that that's the thing that people are critical of in the LaMelo situation, is that you got this much older woman who seems to be like trying to get in before he can, you know what I mean, do anything about it. But it is.
Did you ever notice when you was in college, whether it was you or just other athletes, like the ones that did get in relationships, or even with you, the women that you found yourself like really, really attracted to, were the ones that was like, nah, you not getting none. Nah, you ain't. And it's just like, it was almost like that was an attraction in and of itself. Like when they said that, it's just like, hold on, you different from the rest, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you ain't throwing it at me like that. You ain't, and you end up chasing those. That's what I found. Like when I saw the athletes that were actually dating, it was with the girls that was always giving the pushback, saying, nah, you ain't about to just hit it and quit
Yeah.
it tonight and do all that. They gave a whole bunch of pushback before you even touched them. So I think even athletes respect that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But that
Man,
manosphere is good and bad, man, because it's the Fresh and Fit guys. I love their channel. They give good advice, but some of the things that they was, it was shown that they was doing with regards to bringing women on and saying, "Oh, to come on the show, man, you gotta, have sex with me." And I feel like that stuff right there is a horrible example with regards to running your business. That's the number one thing you never mix. I mean, you never mix that business and pleasure side. That's the easiest way to bring your business down. Easy. And so, like, I don't know, man. That's why I say you take that with a grain of salt, the things that you hear. And you got to be able to reason what's common sense, like what's real and what's fake. Not all that shit really will work in the real world.
yeah, it's hard. I will say this though, where I went to school, man, and that's I had this phase where I like kind of got like just confused on what was going on, because what I noticed is I like might see a chick and I'm like, dang, who is this? I talked about this earlier, and then somebody be like, oh well, I mean, she cool now, but before she used to date such and such and dated who, and then she broke up with him because she started sleeping with this person. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Yeah.
I see another chick and be like, damn, what about her? Oh, well, she was cool, but then news was running the train on her, and then the last dude who was with her, now he go with her. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and where I went to school, like everybody legitimately was kind of dating somebody who had at least been with somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
But I seen that. I've been in that world though, and the one thing I have to be honest about, because I knew girls like that where word around was she did X, Y, and Z, and there were some girls that you knew were doing.
I can't hear you. Can y'all hear him?
Hold on, is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I just saw that label just kind of get thrown around. A little. It was just kind of like, it was more so for me, and I hate to put football players under the bus, but the football players were savages, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. On campus, man. When I was at Purdue and when I was at Chicago State, they were savages with it, man. Like, if a girl wasn't with it, they was gonna still tell everybody they ran her. And if she was with it, they still was gonna tell everybody they ran her. So it's like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. I don't know. I don't like going off the history because there's really no real way to know the truth. Like, if she could tell you, you could ask her, she could tell you a history. It's probably gonna be inaccurate. If she asks you your history, it's probably gonna be inaccurate as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's the point of even asking? Like, I think you started a relationship off wrong if you start diving into the past. Did you do this? How many bodies this? And it's just, once you start diving into that, you put them thoughts in the back of your head. Now you thinking of all these dudes, you kind of corrupting and killing the relationship for yourself. So the mentality, you got to have a stronger mentality, because I know a lot of these dudes in that manosphere, if Kim Kardashian walked up to him and really wanted to get in a relationship with him, they gonna forget about her history, forget about any thought talk, and they gonna wife her up just as fast as Kanye did. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even like bothering with hearing that stuff.
And bro, here's the thing: is that I wish my man Poetic was back on here, because this is the conversation we were having earlier, and I was describing it to him exactly the way that you just said it. Right? Because he asked, like, what if you talked to her and she told you she had a history? Or the question was, would you date a thought or somebody who who had a history or something like that? And I was like, yes, probably. And then so I kind of described, like, for one, I would never. At this point, I have done it before, and I realized that it don't make no sense. It's not even useful information to, like, go down that whole, how many people you've been with, who you, because it's all a lie for one, you know what I'm saying? And then and like it's almost impossible to, like you said, continue to date somebody when you have this ideal or vision of them like with these other people, even though like you might know that your girl or whatever has been with other folks, right? You know what I'm saying? She just ain't learn all of these techniques and tips and tricks overnight, you know what I'm saying, or by herself. But it's just useless information, you know what I'm saying? When you're really trying to, and I don't know if I wonder, like, if that's just like an over time with age you figure that out, or like I was saying too, is for me, I know that there's things that have happened in my past and things that I've been a part of that like I just not trying to share with no chick anyway, you know what I mean? So I'm not, for one, trying to ask, because then I don't want to have to go into my shit, you know what I mean? Or I don't want to have to like divulge or go into that or whatever. So I'm not.
And I guarantee you, man, especially with me and you being athletes, I'm telling you, it'll be hard pressed to find a chick with a crazier history than me. I really don't want to go down the road of really trying to break down what they doing just so I can try to break down what I'm doing. And I know I gotta lie.
Yeah. Yep. And that's a fact. Yeah.
And that's part of being, for me, as a man, that's called just, you gotta have the intestinal fortitude to let that go and understand we in the time and age now where you're not dealing with a whole bunch of virgins anymore. Mm-hmm. Right? You're not dealing with that anymore. And when you find a girl that you think is the right girl, maybe you got to have the discipline to do what Russell Wilson did and say, you know what, we're not going to make this about lust or sex. We're going to eliminate that right out the gate. We're going to see if we really rock with each other like that without all that. And sometimes you got to test yourself. Sometimes you got to put yourself through hard, like stuff like that to really test to see if it's really good for you. But we don't have no discipline especially in the black community. This is why we kind of in the condition that we in now, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you're right, man. I think it's tough. It's for us, especially, I think it's hard, right? Because here's what I think is that with this manosphere thing, I think it's useful that you get a lot of men, especially like black men, having these conversations and sharing this information and passing this knowledge around, right? Because I think that in generations before, we like the perception of black men or fatherhood was either fathers were not around, or fathers were like just there to provide, right? So there's no real like relationship. It wasn't no exchange of dialogue. I'm gonna talk to you about this. It's like I'll go to work every day. I like put food on the table. You got rent, like leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? And I think that now we get this we at least get to have this conversation between men of like maybe some information that we didn't get, you know what I mean, a while back. But I think it's hard because a lot of our most prominent figures like find themselves in these situations where like they are whatever could be considered high value men, and then find themselves in, you think about the Drakes of the world where there's a playboy bachelor and then all of a sudden now he got a kid out of wedlock, you know what I'm saying? You think about these NBA guys and all of this stuff, the PJ, he's bright future, and then now all of a sudden, damn, he done got taken over by somebody. And so many of our like prominent figures end up getting caught in that type of scandal, you know what I mean? Or like don't have great experiences in marriage or relationships, you know what I'm saying? You only get but so many Russell Wilsons and Sierras to look up to. And then for most people, those are the simps, you know what I mean? Like that's the guy who you don't want to mimic, even though like that's probably like the best way to handle that situation.
Yeah, that's why I said it's hard. I cannot denigrate that man for doing what he did, and to call him a simp when we know in our community we need more guys like that.
100%. Yep.
But we just made it corny to kind of be the guy that just locks in and is with one woman for a long time and can make it work, we call it corny now. You the simp now. So, you know, you want to be the guy like Fresh and Fit. They brag about how many women they have, bringing different women on the show. All right, everybody wants to be that cool guy, but nobody wants to be the guy that just does it the right way. So, I mean, that's why I say the manosphere is good for some stuff, but it's harmful because you deal with a lot of people who talk about these things and they talk as if they the absolute authority on it. And you kind of giving out bad advice that not for everybody. That lifestyle's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially athletes. This is how Deshaun Watson found himself in the situation he's in, dealing with multiple women after multiple women after multiple women, doing it the cool way. IG model here. Had a lot of baddies, but now he's in a situation where it can cost him his career if he goes left. And so that's why I say, like, what are we really pushing in the community? Are we pushing this? Are we gonna keep putting our biggest and our brightest, you know, in these tough spots like Deshaun Watson? Because when those situations happen, the manosphere community don't come try to help you out. I rarely see these guys in the manosphere doing videos talking about Deshaun Watson, standing up for him. They ain't gonna come to his aid, right? And like the same thing happened. I mean, Kobe had to learn it the hard way before he corrected his actions. I mean, it's just like, how many times we gotta see major mistakes of guys getting close to going to prison before we say, that's advice I'm giving you ain't for everybody. Let's not make it seem like it's for everybody. So that's all I wish that they would start saying. It's just like, look, this is how I do it. Not saying that it'll work for you, but this is just how I do it. You may need to do it a different way. And I will respect that more than just acting as if you're the absolute authority on the message. Yeah.
I think too is that a lot of those dudes are like, you ever see them, the people who teach you how to get rich quick, and little did you know that they got their money from selling books on how to get rich quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you how to get rich quick by creating books to sell to people that help them get rich quick. You know what I mean? I think that's what I feel like happens a lot in this manosphere thing is like you get a lot of dudes who get a platform and then use their platform to get women and then teach people how to get women, but they get all of their women through the platform. You know what I mean? Like it would be the like you said, like the equivalent of some dude who like play football and is getting women because he like is a damn notable figure, and then trying to teach people how to get women off their game, and you ain't got no game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you like, but look at all the women I got. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, in order to get the women you got, I gotta damn build a platform with 400,000 subscribers. I gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta do all this. But that's and why
it's the same way on the campus. The same way. You want a football player. It's kind of gifted to him. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just kind of gifted. And same with Fresh and Fit, the way they hit, the way they went viral. Sometimes it's just like a gift. And what you do with that gift and how you display yourself, you can go left or you can go right. So, I mean, you're right. You're right with what you said there.
Yeah. Nah, shoot, man. I'm finna slide up off here, man. We coming up on the 3-hour mark. And it's funny, man, this conversation, I don't even know how to like, I feel like the thing when you do these live streams and then they start to take a turn and the conversation change so drastically, like whatever's on the title is not this, the last probably hour and a half of this. So I'm like, damn,
Hey, the best way to do it, snip the video, that segment that went left, title it the correct way, and there's another video for you to drop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts. That's what I might have to do. But shoot, man, I appreciate you sliding through here, man. And like I said, I think it would be fun to have you and my man, the Jello Sexual, go head to head, man.
Let's do the debate, man. You know, anytime. Just hit me up on IG. Let me know the time and place. I'll be there.
Bet. Sounds good, man. All right. When you coming back to the city, man? We didn't get the link that one time you was
here. Yeah, I had so much going on, man. I had to get to West Lafayette. So, but I was in Indy for a little bit, but I only got a chance to even see my little brother. So, I'm going to be back in about 2 weeks. And And like I said, but I'll definitely be in Indy the whole time, so I'll be able to chop it up with everybody in Indy. I ain't gonna be all over Indiana. So yeah, we can definitely link up when I get down there.
All right, man. Sounds good, man.
All right, man. Hey, have a good one. I'm up out of here.
All right, you too, man. Appreciate you coming through.
All right.
All right. All right, y'all. Man, it's your main man, AB the Hero. Appreciate everybody tuning into the stream. We had a long one. It was not supposed to be that long. Definitely like the video on your way out. If you have not already, I'm sure you already have. But I think we had some interesting conversations. Shout out to my man FYF Lamont. Shout out to my man Poetic Flacco. Go subscribe to his Flacco the Angry Philly fan channel, whatever. I think I'm gonna put that here so y'all can hit his page one more time. But yeah, we finna get up out of here.